The new faces here today. Eric, welcome.
Ryan.
I've been here, 3, 4 times ago?
Keep bailing on us.
Keep building on us. Eric's here. We got Carson in the house, Christian, Savannah, and a special guest to us, Sam. How are you doing today?
How are you?
That's good. I'm good. All right, so today we're
Hunter.
no everybody knows
About me.
everybody knows him.
Everyone knows who I am.
I can tell everybody that he's the star of the show.
That
So,
is what I was told. I wasn't told that.
you was told by someone who never watched the show.
I think she watched the show.
Never watched the
She
show.
just said I talk the most.
Because
Wouldn't
you
be
told
wrong.
her you talk the most.
You
did
can do
tell her.
it.
We told him the last episode he couldn't say a damn word.
Maybe we could do our own ASMR. Like,
Get up in there. Get up in there.
All right, Hunter. Introduce yourself. They know you.
They know me. My name's Hunter.
how do you know? You might have some new viewers.
They give me rewatch them. All right. My name's Hunter. I'm the co-host of this podcast. Sadly, we ain't got Matt here. He is sick with the man cold.
He died from the man cold.
Polish fruit.
Yeah.
That's his fault.
So,
He should be back next week, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right.
All right. You want to get this thing started? So Brian has this new kind of flow that he built up.
I did.
So we will go around the table and let them pick topics for what they want to do. It's kind of like a Jeopardy kind of stance. So Eric, you want to pick the first one?
Topic.
yes, I will. Let's
Let's
see.
see.
We'll start
Let's see.
easy. Consideration 500.
Okay.
What is with the last?
Oh,
There's
no.
500.
I know this one too well.
You know this one?
Yes.
I clicked on it. I had no clue what it was. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Pizzagate is the name of a conspiracy theory alleging that certain celebrities and politicians are part of a child trafficking ring.
Who else knows about this?
Not me.
Carson? Christian?
Oh, yes.
I don't
Anybody
know
else?
anything about this.
Okay, where do we even start? Hold on. This thing's on.
Is this somewhat attached to the owl thing?
The what?
No, that's
the-
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, Bohemian.
Yes.
Bohemian.
Oh.
So could it be? Yes. So Pizzagate kind of stems from the Clinton presidency, as well as like a few other things too, especially with celebrities. So this stems back to where like Haiti had that sort of earthquake a couple like a decade and a half back. And there was a lot of theories going around that a lot of children were missing. And so, and the Clinton Foundation was doing a lot of work at the time, and supplementing a lot of money. And the people that were smuggling these kids out of Haiti were attached to the Clinton Foundation. That's only a small drop of this. So at the time, too, with Pizzagate, there was this restaurant. I forgot where it was, but they were using very particular language regarding their social media posts and everything else. Because in the world of pedophilia, there is very certain nuanced terms of what to describe certain things, so you're not making it obvious. One of the things is pizza. Pizza is another word that they will use to describe children. So one of the things kind of going to the celebrities, there's a lot of people that were part of the Jeffrey Epstein flight list. And if you look at their tweets or their social media posts, they'll use a lot of stuff like pizza.
I love pizza.
That has like a lot of like nuance in play. When you look at the social media posts, it's like that doesn't seem right. Why would you talk about pizza in that sort of way? A person that really sticks to mind is Chrissy Teigen. I don't know if that name. Oh yeah, she's super weird. Like her like Twitter stuff is just like off the chain. So, but then this also stems back to like the Jeffrey Epstein stuff and the flight logs and everything, and all the celebrities, politicians with that, because Bill Clinton was on the Jeffrey Epstein flight list like 34 plus times. Yeah. So, yeah, is celebrities and politicians are children trafficking? Heck yeah.
So someone said they wanted a Supreme. So what did that mean?
I'd have no idea. Probably like a,
That's a little bit of essay, right?
I guess you
Salads, mushrooms, onions.
probably get all different ethnicities.
Have you seen Ryan Garcia's tweets about it?
Ryan Garcia,
About Bohemian Grove? Yeah.
the
boxer?
boxer?
Yeah.
No,
He said that he's there and he saw all of it happen.
really.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you believed it.
I haven't heard of that.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
video. I mean, there's a bunch of videos of going out there to go look.
that's how Brian's. That's how he pretty much got his career.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he snuck into Bohemian Grove and was taking pictures and everything else, and it was like legit. Yeah, that was like John Kennedy and and Ronald Reagan also brought up like the Bohemian Grove. I think Ronald Reagan was just like, we're going back to a place like that where there's grown men, doing with other grown men. So it's like it's been around.
All I'm saying is I can go for a meat right now.
Okay.
Some bread sauce.
I think
Oh,
you need a break from all them pizzas. You know what I mean?
All right.
Man, who came up with that question? Was it Matt?
It was probably Brian.
Or AI.
Yeah.
Pretty popular nowadays.
Mhm.
All right,
Carson.
pick a
I'm gonna go health and fitness 200.
health and fitness 200.
You gave away the
Yeah.
answer.
Oh shit! Don't look. I clicked the button. You should know this already, but
I do.
Yeah, that was an easy.
I want to hear your answer. There you go.
What's your answer?
I didn't say it was
He
right.
might be wrong.
I didn't say it was right.
I trust you.
You should.
Sam.
Right there, protein.
Why are you giving it away?
Hey,
I saved it.
I thought you guys have done this before.
Pick another question.
pick another question.
No, he's already done. Pick another.
You go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. Politics 400.
Mm.
Oh, it's actually a very good question.
That's not the answer. This is just meant for
Yeah, this is a group discussion.
group discussion to kind of talk about it. So, Democrats' effort to pivot after a devastating election.
Christian.
I feel like it's like a scramble when you don't know what to do. That's what I feel like.
Have you seen all them crazy videos?
Well, a lot of them have went into hiding.
Kind of like the females were shaving their hair and all that stuff. Like I feel like things are just like unrecognizable on that side now. When you don't know what to do, you kind of freak out, and I feel like that's what's happening.
Okay, agree with that.
What do you got to
Say
say about it,
about
Brian?
politics.
Oh no.
Don't worry, this is the safe space.
It
is
is
safe
very,
space.
very safe.
I have politics. That's all Carson.
Yep. Sam has to deal
Honestly.
with my heavily Democrat side of the family, and they've lost their minds.
I know.
They call me and they're like, "I didn't vote for Elon. I'm like, he's not the president,
That's actually been quite wonderful.
right? I love what he's been doing.
I feel like that's been phenomenal. I was watching some videos of Biden and Obama talking about we're gonna figure out where all the money's going and we're gonna put a stop at it. They did it, and then Elon comes in with his group of 19-year-old
Yeah.
boomers, and
Hasn't even been a month.
yeah, it hasn't been a month. And how much money have they? It's been $64 billion.
Quite a bit.
I think what was Elon's goal? Try to save us $1 or $2 trillion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal.
No, he's getting pushback every end though.
I just saw.
He's been sued by multiple states.
Already.
Yeah, at least 9 states have filed lawsuits to get him out of
You mean the 9 states that didn't vote for Trump?
possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah.
But I feel for the Dems, they need to take a step back and become the party where they can relate to people. I feel like that they don't relate well to the common person, especially the working class.
Right, and they preach acceptance, but they don't really accept
Yeah.
anyone besides.
They're like the average Christian, they're hypocrites. Anna, how do you feel about this? Because I know you straddle the fence from time to time.
I really don't get into politics. I try to stay away from that.
Yeah, I didn't even vote.
Okay.
Oh, forced.
Forced.
All right. What you got for us?
Let's go humiliation 500.
I'm very curious about what that topic is about.
What is the most embarrassing thing a family member has done to you in public?
Man, your head turned. Today.
Yeah.
To you. Specific.
Let it out. Let it flow.
There was one time.
Uh-oh.
There was one time I was at church. And my dad, he was just like tweaking out
Always.
at church. Like, and not a good tweak out, like a bad tweak out. And it was just me and him. And I was like 7. I didn't know what to do. That's pretty embarrassing. But my family's not really like
What type of church was it?
Christian.
Was it like where they like speak in tongues and dancing around?
Baptist church.
Oh.
Not even,
What's a Baptist church? What type of church?
just a regular church.
Church, what were
Like
they?
a
No,
non-
that's my life.
I'm also non-denominational church. They do speak in tongues and fall out and shout and run and all that stuff. So I don't know what a normal church
I
is.
think you can do whatever you want.
We don't play with snakes.
Okay, no.
What church plays with snakes?
They're called,
West Virginia State.
yeah, they're like considered Pentecostal, but there's a whole different denomination of Pentecostal. Like if the snake don't bite you, then you got the Holy Ghost. Like, and then most of them die. But
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like goals to get bit. Well, it's just like so. Like an example of nature, it's all about encounter frequency. It's also all about the frequency of encounter. So if you, the more you encounter something, the more likely something's going to happen. So the more you encounter a venomous snake, the more likely you are to get bit by that snake.
it's not just snakes though. Like they drink bleach and like dabble with anthrax, like crazy stuff.
No, anthrax?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I swear to I swear
No.
to-
Are you?
There's
Anthrax? Do you know what anthrax is?
like, they tell you it's,
No.
there are
Really,
videos about it.
Anthrax is a matter of national security. If someone was to get a hold of anthrax, you would have the entire DHS on top of their ass.
Maybe it's not anthrax, but it's some bad stuff.
Maybe like gonorrhea.
I don't know, but
I mean, these are small town churches in West Virginia. I mean, there's cousin fucking going on. I'm sure it gets around.
there's videos and everything. These people, they're like drinking things that will kill you. And like they'll hold 2 snakes and they'll, praise and
That's crazy.
all. Hell yeah.
Nope.
It's
can you send me one of those videos so we can play it?
yeah, dude.
I mean,
So,
I think we should
I'm
play
gonna
it, right?
Claire,
And
I
it's
want to know what the most embarrassing thing that Hunter has happened to Hunter because he has no shame in public. Something must happen.
The
Yeah.
thing is, like, my family's even worse. They have no shame. Like okay, so there was this one time, it was actually my birthday. We were at where were we at? We were at Ozzy's Steakhouse. It's up in Northern Virginia. And I had my grandparents there, my aunt, and everything like that. And my aunt is the craziest one out of all of them. She's love her to death, but she's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
She totally got up on top of the table. This is like a fancier restaurant. So this is a fancier restaurant. They got like the Aussie rolls and all that good stuff. She stood on top of the table, like, you know how you do the banging thing, and whoop, flashed her tits and said, "It's my nephew's birthday!" And, like, it was my 8th birthday.
No, what's your aunt's name?
Is this the aunt I talked to the other day?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she started singing "Happy Birthday." It was a quick flash, and then I think she was drunk. She might not even remember this. So TT, I'm sorry.
What's her name?
No, I call her TT.
TT.
Why can't I call her TT?
TT.
You can't call her
TT.
TT.
We have to have a conversation.
But then she started singing "Happy Birthday," and it was awesome. It was so much fun. We had a great time.
She knows how to garner your attention, doesn't she?
Oh yeah. That's where I get my.
But you're not showing your tits in public, are you?
Well, I ain't got. I'm not. I've got pectorals. Okay. Pectorals with nipples. So I would say that's probably one of the most. That was probably the most embarrassing thing. There's a whole list, but that's probably the most.
Do you want to talk about it? I feel like this stems.
No,
Through a lot
I've
of
seen
trauma.
a lot worse.
Trauma.
Like there
You
has
want to talk
been.
about your trauma?
There was a time.
I know. I understand how you feel. Please, tell me more.
So we were actually recently. This is recent. This is like this year.
You don't say.
Yeah, this is. You make it. What's going on? What? You got something to say,
I'm
Eric?
just analyzing you.
You're just analyzing me?
Yeah, we're going through your trauma.
psychologist here.
We're going through your trauma.
Ain't you taking psychology?
Oh, you
She
too?
too.
Okay, so we got 2 psychologists, and then we have
His wife.
his wife.
He lives with his wife 24/7.
just-
So
we're not-
he's partially.
We're not
a
going to
psychologist.
give his wife's achievements onto him.
Yeah, he's social worker by association. There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Plus, I work in management.
Of an EMS agency.
but no, this one's recent. This wasn't in public though. It started in public.
Those behind closed doors. Oh.
No.
Wait a minute. This sounds like a very interesting story.
It's a very interesting story. This one I didn't think was ever, and I didn't think this was ever going to leave my mouth. But this was this past summer. And my family decided to get real drunk at this restaurant.
Oh, there's
My
a
aunt-
common theme out here.
Oh no.
Go on.
My aunt, my grandma, and my grandma's friend started getting drunk. They were shooting, taking shot after shot after shot, and we had about probably 20 people at the house at the time. So everyone ended up getting drunk besides me and one other person. His name was Jerry, but everyone else was drunk, and it was me and the other guy driving home, and they were like screaming in the truck. They had all the windows down, and they were like, because it was my ex-girlfriend, my other ex-girlfriend. Oh yeah, that's a whole other situation. I had 2 exes at the same spot because the first ex is a family friend. So the first ex was a family friend. They were like, you know what? It would be great. They're all drunk.
So how does that make you feel?
It feels awful. But they're both exes now, so they don't got to come over anymore.
It's good. It's good.
Well,
Yeah, we're getting over this trauma. Okay, go
yeah,
on.
yeah. No, this is a trauma I don't know if I'm gonna ever get over. Because where it goes, because they were screaming out the truck on the way home, and they were like, you know what would be great? I think we should all go skinny dipping. So
What?
both exes, my grandparents, besides my grandpa, my aunt, my aunt's best friend, my grandma's best friend, all went skinny dipping in the lake. And we had this big igloo thing in the middle
Wait
of
a
the
minute.
lake.
Wait a minute. Who would?
These are old.
Everybody.
Your
Besides-
grandma went?
Hey, have you ever tried shock therapy in order to forget memories?
I need to.
See that electrical socket? Go put a target in.
I got shocked at the office the other
You
day.
should do it more often.
So,
Right.
so next time his grandma called me about not getting on a dance floor, I'm like, wait a minute now, we gotta talk about you skinny dipping with your grandma
With his 2 exes. What?
and his mom and your aunt. Good lord.
I don't think I want to
Not my mom. My mom was
Oh,
there.
so
My
talk about a
aunt's best
close family.
friend. My aunt's best friend. My
You should have kept
my
it.
aunt's now husband. Yeah.
Should have kept it to yourself.
It's a funny
That's
story.
sausages and titties just.
How old your grandma is?
I'm not gonna state that answer.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. I didn't.
She watched it.
Hey, we can move. Who has another embarrassing story? So we
I
can
feel like
anything.
you should have at least been drinking something that way you could have said, I wasn't even
didn't
gonna
drink
talk.
at the time.
I'm saying not right now.
No, I feel
Don't
like
share that type of
I feel like
information.
like in hindsight, I think it was probably a good thing he wasn't drinking because he would have been like family reunion in the lake. So yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah, that would not have been great.
Yeah.
And I would say,
So you have good control of your traumas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good job.
Who has another story so we can get off it?
Well, it's Sam's choice now.
Okay,
Wait a
Sam.
minute, I want to pull up. Well, we'll go to your choice and then I'll pull up this video.
What video?
That was a whole deep.
He sent us a video about a snake church thing.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
it's
let me-
near. It's near a place
Let
like
me
fish.
let me share.
I know what you're talking about. I
screen.
watched the video. I know. I'm pretty sure I watched the video.
But they got like all sorts of like weird things in this back room that they.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
I hate snakes.
Oh, Hunter hates snakes.
Shut
I didn't know that.
I like
Snakes can
snakes.
burn.
Which one you got first,
Yeah,
Sam?
of course you like snakes.
We'll
Like
do
anything.
humiliation for 200.
Yeah, but answer this one too.
Have you ever been in a wardrobe malfunction in public? And if so, what happened?
I got a
Sam.
I got a great story.
Sam.
it's got it. It's got it.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I don't
What is
remember
some
it.
detail?
I was drunk, so I don't very much remember it.
Carson,
I don't know it.
you don't remember it either?
No.
No, it was with Natalie, so
Oh,
Uh,
oh, the
Don't know.
brother's girlfriend.
don't know.
That sounds like a video.
So what happened?
Let's hear it. You got a debrief.
I don't remember. All I remember is that I was wearing a tank top and then I left the bar not wearing the same tank top. So I'm guessing that tank top was showing too much or showing something else. I don't know, but she mommed the hell out of me that night. That's all I remember.
She said, "Put them itties away."
Probably.
Eric said
Probably.
he had a real good one.
Oh, I did hear that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is a good one. All right, so most of y'all know that I lived overseas in Slovakia.
No.
So
Good to know.
anyways, so I lived and like worked at a ski resort. So like sometimes during like on the weekends they would have sort of like a costume thing or like, hey, wear your bathing suit or like, you wear, whatever. It was perfect conditions, bluebird day. So like sun was out, not a single cloud in the sky. And so we all get to the top and we change it to like our bathing suits. So I'm just wearing literally like my helmet, goggles, gloves, and I got my trunks. So we're going down the mountain and like two of my buddies decided to literally rip my trunks off. And so they just tear them and they're just like these cheap, just gym
They
shorts.
treated you like a
And they just
whore.
rip them off. And so I'm like this going down the mountain. And I still have about a steady 10 minutes to get all the way down. And because I didn't have the backpack that had my clothes.
A baby's buttocks going down the mountain.
I would like you to know it has a good shape.
You imagine the baby's buttocks? So like, you want some peaches?
Yeah, okay, Pizzagate boy, be quiet. I know what you're thinking about. That's just weird. No.
He's hitting the
So, but luckily enough, I had friends in all of this. And so once they realized that two of the guys like literally like just pulled my shorts off, just like literally cool, it hurt. Luckily enough, two of the girls were just like, we got you. They took their tops off. One of the guys was like, screw it, and just like pulled his shorts down and just cupped his balls and just went down the mountain with me. So you don't have people on like the ski lifts or the gondola, like banging on the gondola or on the actual like open lifts. They're like, yeah. And so, but the two guys that ripped my shorts off, they had the backpacks with all of our clothes in it. So I had to get to them.
You were wandering around.
No, I met them at the bottom and just kind of sat down away, and they just walked over. They're like, "Here's your stuff." I'm like, "You motherfuckers!" So yeah, it was a fun time.
nudity is always
Yes, when it's acceptable.
when it's not you. When it's not you.
I got pants on the monkey bars in elementary school. If
This
that makes you feel any better.
is more of your trauma too. So.
It is more of his trauma. Hey,
It's a wardrobe malfunction,
How
technically.
did it make you feel?
Awful.
Yeah.
I was just scooping around
How
the
do you
monkey bars.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it has any impact in your adult life?
I don't know.
he puts all his trauma on his arm, so you'll find out later on in life.
Yeah.
Are you saying this is a bad choice?
No, it's from trauma though.
It's not from trauma.
You should give them the
Are
story.
you an Indian?
Is there
Am
meat?
I an Indian?
Indian.
No.
What?
He,
Am I an
he was
Oh, I didn't see the arrow.
he was tangled up in barbed wire before.
Yeah, so I had an accident where I almost died.
Did
I did because it was so close to my jugular.
But did you die?
No, I almost did.
So how did you know you almost died?
It was close. Because if it got any higher, I would have.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Look, he said
I don't
close to death many times. He knows what it feels like.
See, we're here to conquer your trauma.
Oh, and I was passing out in the truck on the way because I ripped it out of myself and drove myself to the hospital. This like
Says a lot about you.
It
I'm
does.
very proud of you.
It does.
I know you don't hear that often, but I'm very proud.
I know you.
he's full of donkey shit.
Talking shit. How's that make me feel?
Anyways, I ripped the barbed wire out of myself, which is why I got the barbed wire tat. And then this is just a quote that I liked ever since I was younger that it's attached to the arrow for myself.
What's the quote?
It's you're just gonna make sit here
I'm not
and
gonna
make
make
fun.
it.
The quote is you can only fire an arrow by pulling it backward. So when life is dragging you backwards, it only means it's gonna launch into something great.
What if it's into a wall?
Good
Lord.
All right, who else has a wardrobe issue? You seem like you might.
Fishing wardrobe issue.
How does that work? How does that work?
The fish took off its sticks.
Oh,
No,
Did the fish get in your waders and get to flopping
it
around?
does have to do with waders. I was fishing with my best friend, and it was
Nervous Eric.
it was last winter or the winter before. I can't remember. I think it was 2 years ago, and it's cold. It's like 20 some degrees. I mean,
Was it
really,
cloudy and dark?
No.
Sad.
No, it's like just a cold winter day, and it's morning.
Were you sad?
At this point, not yet. So, when you're fishing in the woods, when you gotta take a shit, you gotta take a shit. So,
interesting.
yeah,
At any time in life as well.
yeah. So he's always prepared, and he had some wet wipes and all this stuff, and I was like, "Hey man, you got those wet wipes? I got to go to the truck." And he was like, "Yeah." Well, the road and the stream are pretty close together, so there's this thicket of woods in between. So I decided to go in the thicket of woods to get to the shit spot. And so instead, it's cold, it's winter, it's like 20 some degrees,
Yep.
remember? So I don't want to take my waders completely off and go butt ass naked, obviously. But waders are very thick and like just awkward. So I sit there and I thought I took them down far enough.
Oh my God.
And I do the squatty potty. Okay, I do the squatty potty. I'm done. And then I had the wipes and I wiped, and when I stood up, something hit my back,
Oh,
and it was so bad. Yeah, I shit my waders. Right on my waders.
Did
Like,
you have to scoop it out?
oh, dude, it was.
What kind of soup was it? Was it like?
No, it was solid. It was solid.
Oh, so you could just scoop it up.
It was like almost like a perfect shit. It was just like,
Oh,
and it just went, and I
you
went
ran out of your luck right there and then.
very.
It
much
could have
so.
been just like
It
straight
was-
diarrhea.
I used the whole packet of wet wipes.
Did anyone notice?
No, for the
Perfect.
waders, my hands. We didn't have soap with us. Yeah, so I'm just like, just like spreading it around.
Spreading the poop around.
When you have no soap, that's how you wash your hands. So when you have these wet wipes, that's your soap for now. So I'm just sitting there, just like trying. Oh man, it was horrible. Yeah, we had hand sanitizer. Yeah, but it was.
No, he's
No, I
bullshit.
used
He didn't have any hand sanitizer.
No, we did. We actually did. But I just felt like my life had failed at that moment. Yeah, it was horrible. That's definitely my most embarrassing
Mhm.
I think that
wardrobe.
I think
That was bad.
That was the.
I don't know. I don't know. That seems like. I mean, Eric's thing
But
seems perfect
It's
for him.
it's so funny that you have like.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing, but it's so funny that I have to.
Yeah, we
talk
did
about it.
humiliation. All right, whose turn is it next?
Brian.
Right.
Wow, we spent like
Right.
5 minutes just on that.
dude.
B Roni with the 400.
All right. 9/11 is the focus of the theory that
Oh,
claims
yeah.
that the U.S. government was involved in orchestrating the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attack.
Illuminati.
Do you believe the 9/11 is an inside job? I do, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like that entire thing was set up. Even to the point where he was in there reading, President Bush was in there reading to kids in the elementary school.
Yeah.
Like it was already on camera. Like I just felt like the entire thing was set up.
Yeah, it's sus.
You know, if we go back to the history of World War One,
Right.
and how the sociopolitics pretty much came to after the end of World War One, and then you had the military-industrial complex that just fully set foot
Yeah.
after that into society, and that, as well as they also tried to audit the Pentagon at the time too, with like I think it was like an unaccounted $500 million that they could find.
Oh, it's a lot. I know they fail every audit. The
Yeah.
Pentagon.
If you watch like
So-
the collective videos with it all, you hear people say that there's multiple bangs and explosions.
So like a demolition.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really falls upon like the military-industrial complex, like wanting war. Like that's one, like the fact that anyone would partake or want any form of war is like it's sickening to me. Like you're having like these politicians that are like trying to encourage this war between Russia and Ukraine, everything else. I'm just like, no, put a fucking stop to it. Like all in the amount of money that we've shipped over to Ukraine, how much has it been? Like $400 billion for just to go into the pockets of politicians and just United States military companies. Like I know people over there that are like making fucking bank off war. You have like Ukrainian soldiers that are driving fucking BMWs and having Rolexes because the money's so misappropriately being spent. And it's like going everywhere. So yeah, I feel like that 9/11 and like the war in Afghanistan was to fully push military industrial complex interest into the Middle East. And then if you want to go further, let's talk about the opium trade. Because during the entire time while they were in Afghanistan, and they had all the poppy fields, not once did ever burn any of the poppy fields. In fact, there was a lot of soldiers that were on orders to be able to guard the poppy fields because the Taliban and Al Qaeda were against poppy because of what it has on the effect of their communities. Because you have entire communities that just get addicted to opium, and the United States government was, hopping on the chance to have a chance of all these opium fields because the opium trade industry for heroin is insane. Because not only do you have Golden Triangle, the Southeast Asia, where it's like I think it's Indonesia, the Philippines, and another country, they call that the Golden Triangle of just poppy production because it's so much like American Gangster with Washington. That's what that's about. And then in the Afghanistan, Middle East too with poppy production is through the freaking roof, like all CIA operations. So that's why they wanted to go to war. Oil, drugs, and
Money.
finish what couldn't finish from Desert Storm.
Their incentive was the U.S. Patriot Act.
Mhm.
They definitely wanted to push that for
So we're
surveillance.
saying that 9/11, the whole purpose of 9/11 was to start war for that cause.
Yeah, and more power, because at the time too, you started the Department of Homeland Security, and then you were able to establish all of these different agencies too, to be able to have a foothold control in every sort of different populace of the United States as well as the world. Yeah,
I mean, I can see it.
yeah. But
Anybody
it was just a bid for power. I mean, if you look at the Cheneys and the Bushes, I mean, their families have been in power for years.
True.
No, not years, millennia. I mean, it was just all a bid for power.
Anybody disagree? No?
I mean, after hearing that, I agree more.
Did you not agree at first?
Well, it's just hard to think the amount of firefighters, police, EMS.
Damage.
Well, they don't care. It's war. It's just like
Yeah.
what is
I mean,
war?
yeah,
The
you're right.
common man fighting the battle, be able to fill the pockets of politicians.
Right.
I mean, you want to talk about the government? You want to talk about all the government experiments that they have done to the United States citizens?
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't. The government does not give a shit.
No.
We're just heads of cattle to them.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, after hearing all that, I agree with a lot more. I just didn't want to think that it was planned due to all the lives that were lost. That's just
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
It's just a drop
Not
in
at all.
It's just a drop in the pond. It's just a drop in the pond for them.
yeah.
I mean, it's
You're
like the amount of firefighters that suffered from like from all the toxic dust. and everything, and how hard they had to fight for like be able to get treated for that and everything else, the insurance claims. And I mean, they treat those media, they're treated like heroes, but beyond that, they were pushed aside and were treated like waste. Like, how dare you come to us with your problems?
Right.
Yeah.
That's support. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As you can tell, I have a very scathing viewpoint on government.
On government,
Mhm.
I can see. How do you feel about them trying to get rid of FEMA?
Uh-oh.
It is very pissed off about this.
I don't think they should get rid of FEMA.
No.
What they need to do is they need to downsize it. They need to make it more efficient. So you just have a group of people that can allocate the money appropriately to states to be able to
I'm okay
handle
with
the
that.
management. That's what FEMA,
Completely-
have like 10 people in FEMA and call it a day.
I don't know about
As someone who
Like,
did
no, but
10.
like,
I don't know about 10. Maybe
but
10 for
but
each state.
like the FEMA dropped the ball on like North Carolina.
Yeah, but that was
I
under Biden's
guess.
administration.
as someone
Yeah.
who needed FEMA
That was
a month
under-
ago,
Listen,
they were useless.
listen, Carson.
Hey,
That was under
hey.
Biden's administration, though.
Listen,
I know,
your
I know.
bulldog Trump doesn't want FEMA.
Well, he's just trying to satisfy, his followers. FEMA did horrible during the last month or so of Biden's administration. So that
wants to get rid of
I don't think he do. I think he's just talking.
He said
Every once in a while, he just talks. Okay.
He does like to talk.
He does.
like dog.
All right.
Hunter.
Alrighty, let's do health and fitness 400.
400.
Which common mineral is essential for bone health and is often found in dairy products?
I'm not giving an answer yet.
Trenbolone.
I think I got it.
Huh?
Trenbolone acetate.
One more time.
Trenbolone acetate.
Trenbolone acetate. Is that anyone else?
Final
Different answer. Different answer. Final answer is trenbolone acetate.
Yes.
No.
I was gonna say calcium. It was a drug. Do you know what trenbolone acetate is?
Eric's thing was, yeah, it was so smart. I was like, that can't be calcium.
No,
I wanted to say calcium. I was like, that's too smart.
I couldn't say calcium.
all-
I'm
all-
making the Jeopardy board.
I can't try.
No, trenbolone acetate, all it is a bovine steroid. You just put muscle mass on them.
Onto cows?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, if he says it, it's like 99% true. Mainly because I don't want to go search everything he just said. He said a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But like bodybuilders, they're all or trenbolone acetate. Like that's one of the main
Yeah,
things.
yeah. You're right.
It's a steroid meant for cows.
So all those. Okay, this is like a side topic. Do you know trend twins?
Yeah.
Do you think they're actually on?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Goddamn right.
You not think
No, there was like I'm saying they were, and then there's some saying they
Dude,
weren't.
bro.
They look like they are.
They are.
I think it's hilarious when people think the liver thing is
No.
No, it's that
Oh,
bro.
Liver King's
He
not.
is so roided up. Well, he was ousted once through the Joe Rogan podcast.
yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going natty. No, he just got bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he is juiced up to the gills.
Do you know who the Liver King is?
No.
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 So
He's some obnoxious.
Good.
I'm not.
Good.
he looks like he's got implanted abs, basically.
He's got turtle shell abs.
Are you able to pull that up on the screen?
Can you pull it up on the screen here?
Hey, this guy.
This picture.
I can look it on the screen.
There, show it for the people.
But I mean, he came out and said he was at one point.
Yes.
Of course, that's what they
Instead, story and all that type of stuff. When a bunch of other
No, they
YouTubers
did a
like
blood
are-
panel. His like GH, his growth roof.
Mm.
Yes.
Uh-oh. You getting a little spicy over there?
Oh.
He really looks like individual.
Yeah. So so they showed pictures of him with like famous and started doing the social media stuff, and he was just a regular guy. He was in shape. No big deal.
But it's so weird that he's been like outed and
He
still
still has an Instagram.
does all this like weird food stuff that he swears by. And it's just like, I don't know.
He look, dude. He looks terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Oh no.
This looks so old. Yeah.
This is what our viewers see at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a screen share.
He looks so
So
old.
the guy's
Poor
on.
guy.
What's this thing that you're on? What are you calling it?
What? Terminal acetate?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's like, I mean, you get a bunch of different steroids. Like you have Dianabol, you have your testosterone, you have your
Trying to
Anavar.
figure out what he was on. Is he on Tren? Or
No, well, they had him on a shit ton of growth hormone.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can like look at the female cows, the ones that they actually collect,
Away from
and then look at the male cows,
Yeah.
and the
Well,
male cows
The viewers.
than the females.
No.
No,
if
no,
you,
no.
If you have a breeding bull, those things are massive.
Oh,
No, but I mean the ones that
Yeah,
they
they
collect
are.
for the meat that they're giving.
I grew up working on a farm.
Yes.
Like they female cows look muscular. It's like kind of weird looking when you look at them. Like
Well,
they
It tastes the best.
well, yeah. I mean, if you're standing on 4 legs, you're weighing about 1.5 tons. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would assume that you would be building a very good foundation for muscle.
I think it's all
All right, moving on.
all the food stuff, man.
Oh, let's do.
This is gonna be our last one. All right.
Let's
Don't
go.
go.
What time
Make
is
it a
it?
good one.
7:20.
What time do we have to be over at Village?
And so we finish up by like 7:40. Give us 20 minutes to quit.
Oh, we still got time.
All right, let's go.
Religious politics for 500.
Religious
Religious
politics.
politics.
Here we go.
Oh,
Yes.
Does the increasing alignment of certain denominations with political ideologies risk alienating members who hold different political beliefs? Sorry, I stuttered there for a second.
Okay, well, yes, this is a problem that is old as time itself since the beginning of politics and religion.
Yeah.
So, yes, I don't need to explain it. So,
Churches that get involved in politics shouldn't be tax exempt. For example. You're not gonna hear me that. Turn it.
Oh, no.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think with the political, parties, I don't think they should be too encumbered with, I mean, maybe not even like religious ideologies, but with just ideologies themselves. Because you're always trying to, each political party is trying to find the middle ground on how do you bring in the moderates. And that was, the big thing, with this past election where
I
it's,
feel like it's how do you bring in the idiots.
oh, there you go. Well,
Oh.
the common level of the average level of education in the United States is not great, and the average level of literacy in the United States is not all that great. Actually, in the Roanoke Valley, I might be wrong, but I want to say the average literacy rate in the Roanoke Valley is like a 4th or 5th grade reading level.
That sounds right.
That's
Sounds
because
about right.
everyone in the Roanoke Valley is under Democratic leadership.
Well, it's
They are.
Not wrong.
Well, it's definitely a failure on the education system. So one of the great things that I'm seeing is that they're going to be getting rid of the Department of Education.
Which is done terrible.
It has been done terrible. So,
This-
so one of the things the Department of Education, they would, so with like special education programs in public schools. So if you're like a small, like single A school, you have a town of 10,000 people, you're not getting a lot of tax revenue. But under federal standards, in order to uphold those special education programs, you have to pay a certain amount per student. And with each student, those students have to have a caretaker or teacher for them. So if you have a high level of people with learning disabilities, that each one of the students have to be able to have a teacher, and you have to be able to provide that federal funding for them. And so you have to be able to pay the federal government a certain amount in order to uphold that special education program. And you could, for a small public school, that could run you way past $1 million.
But I've seen some of these aides
IEP or something.
that's with those kids, and some of those aides special needs themselves.
Yeah,
How does
it's
that help
terrible.
the kid?
Yeah.
I know someone personally.
Yeah,
They can't even, they're called paraprofessionals, and they can't even spell paraprofessional on their Facebook page.
yeah, especially like in terms of education, be able to teach education, you got to be able to put everything back to state. Yeah,
It's a failed program to me. So
it is a failed program. A lot of it is. So that's why we have Elon.
unfortunately, we talked about it on the last podcast, but our podcast kind of went south directly after. But The only unfortunate part is,
We don't gotta bring up the last podcast.
I need to watch it.
You got cancer?
Do I though?
it almost got canceled. I think so. He said it was gonna get canceled, but no, we were talking about like,
You didn't want to post it because you were afraid
but it was
getting-
live.
It was live.
Like talking about like the kids that get bullied, right? So I mean, so you take away the public education thing. Matt was like, that's a good thing. They get to go home. The ones that get bullied, they get to be home. But then some of them, they think they're getting away from the bully. They go home and get bullied by their parents, right? And I was like, that makes me think about the kids that don't got food at home. Some of them do go to school just for food, except the ones getting bullied and the bullies are eating their food. So it went south. It went bad. But
Don't even get me started on public school policies on bullying because that's just an absolute
Right?
failure.
It's gone downhill ever.
Yeah, you get the bully, the bullied kid who now retaliates
And he
after
gets in
being
more
bullied
trouble.
for years,
that's
and
the
he
one
gets
that shoots up the school. Yeah.
yeah, it's insane. I've never understood it.
But keep going. Keep
Were
going.
you bullied?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And look how we turned. I think bullying is good.
No, there could I think there could be a competitive bullying like in sports, but outside of that, if it's within the school confines and hallways and everything else, you're getting bullied. Teachers notice that shit.
They do.
Fuck it, and they don't step in and be like, "Hey, little baby, fuck off, stop, leave me alone."
Yeah, no, my nickname was Honey Buns. I was so fat in elementary school. They named me Honey Buns because I had
It wasn't because you had a sweet personality.
yeah,
I
I
like
was
it.
fat.
Honey buns. Honey buns. Yes, I like it.
Wow. Like, call him by his real name, Hunter.
Hunter Buns.
Hunter Buns.
Hunter Buns.
That kind of works.
Hunter buns.
Honey Buns, Hunter Buns. That's the same thing.
From
All right, we have one. We
I
have
need my
one.
therapist
We have
back.
one for. We have one more.
one more.
Time
All
for
right.
one more.
Let me clear that one out.
Alrighty. We gonna pick a good one. Make it fun.
Yeah, conspiracy theories for sure. 300.
Mm-hmm.
Those are hidden. Oh, that's ridiculous. I personally think it's ridiculous. But
Do you have an opinion on it?
I just did.
Oh, just as
Garbage. Not
Garbage.
not real.
No, hold on. Now, with
Uh-oh.
the potential existence of
Not real.
UAPs,
Identified.
aerial phenomena.
Yeah.
Hey Carson, don't worry, they ain't real.
The drone.
Well, they already talked about the drone, but
All the things.
so you would think with all the uproar about UAPs, aliens, and everything else, you don't think there would be reptilian leaders?
No. It seems too fake.
Why?
100% fake.
How do you know? That's what they want you to think. Dude, guys,
Distract you.
get out of the matrix.
You gotta get out of it.
Get out of it.
You get out of
Get
it.
out of it.
Really?
Yes.
What'd you do to get out of it?
Yeah.
Well, I was when I was born, so I came out of I survived. So the moment I was born, I was just like, this is all fake.
You just broke my brain there.
It's absolutely amazing. Very inspiring.
Yes.
I think I was dead when I was born too. I mean,
Yeah. See, the Brian's escaped the matrix. You guys stuck.
I'm woke now, but not on a democratic level. I'm woke. I'm alive.
Oh
All
man.
right. You got time for another one.
Christian, pick a good one.
Oh, please.
Not 300. 300 didn't block out yet.
Politics 500.
I was looking at that one.
Oh, politics.
I
500.
want you to know all my politics are on Trump. I just want you to know that.
That's fine.
Except the
What's this about?
Oh,
I don't know.
That's
well, first and foremost, thank God they're no longer eating cats
yes.
here in the United States.
That was fake. You know that, right?
I actually watched body cam footage.
It
was
fake.
They said body
There's
cam
a dead
footage.
cat and there's blood
It's a
on the
trunk
person's
missing out of
face
the-
with
I
hair.
I literally Lady Vance did that. His is like, I made it up.
It's
I
not.
didn't see any actual video of you.
I haven't seen the video.
There's a police body cam.
Listen, I'm on X. I have not seen it.
What's black? Called the cops on.
I think it's an old footage that resurfaced that they used for that, to be honest.
Yes, I think
Somebody still ate a cat.
it's
That was hate.
Sorry, Brian.
Yes, that's
Brian.
but it
it's
happened a
I
while
think that's
ago.
fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think
hold on. Alternative facts.
I think a geese might have been eaten, but I don't pet were eaten. Like I think the body footage you're talking about is an old footage.
I think a cat had a chunk ripped out of accidentally by a Haitian woman. All right, called in.
No,
Now
scroll back
I
up.
have to worry
Scroll back
about
up.
AI Haitian people eating AI cats.
Listen,
AI is getting a little
It is.
it's getting a little sus. Sometimes I'm like scrolling, I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I went, "Hmm, keep on scrolling."
Scroll up to the title. Yeah, but case not connected to Mike in Springfield.
Yeah.
But she's a cat.
It
It
does
does.
like 3 years ago.
Yes, in Ohio.
let her win. A Haitian person bit a chunk, and the cat was alive.
It was an Ohio woman.
Naked?
I don't know. I don't know. If some came and
Actually, you know, so have you ever heard of the conspiracy in Haiti?
if somebody came and they joked,
Here, I got a good conspiracy
all
theory for
right,
you.
go ahead.
Going back to the Clintons and how they're the trafficking out of Haiti. Here's another one. So yeah, I can't trust them. So there is price conspiracy. So during this time, USAID, we were all familiar with now, they were supposed to be sending a lot of funding to be able to rebuild their infrastructure, but they weren't getting any money. You know what they were getting? Shipments of rice. That all they're getting
At least
was
it's being fair though.
no. It became too much rice.
It's being fair. It was overflow. It was overflow.
No, but no, it literally became so much rice. It was filling the ports, and they couldn't do anything with it. They couldn't. They were getting any money. They were getting rice.
Well, money was spent on the rice. Come on.
No, like rice is like per pound is like super cheap.
Listen, that's
Like
what
in the right.
they got food. Somebody should be happy.
I don't know.
Not if it's just rice.
I feel kind of ripped off. I would, yeah, pee.
I'd be pissed if like
upset.
pissed if I just went through a horrific earthquake and all I'm getting is rice. Like this isn't gonna build my house. Like it'd be cool some
Think
building.
about another earthquake. Why rebuild the house?
You can make earthquake houses.
Like, right?
There is advanced engineering in order.
We got the positive though. They had food after a major disaster.
Can you live off
Just
of only
rice.
rice though?
Are they?
You'll be
Are they dead?
Well,
Maybe they
Are they
don't-
dead? That's why they ate the. They came to the U.S. and ate the cat. That poor cat. I don't even like cats, but just to know that someone just violently.
I love cats.
I do
Took
like
a bit
cats.
out of it like a pizza, ain't that right, Brad?
Look, maybe instead of hunger, they had a mental breakdown.
And eat
They
the
were
cat.
like, yes, we've had people in bath salts eat people's faces.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking for a while.
Yes. Are we gonna give that guy, like,
Rice.
yes. Hey, instead of eating people's faces and doing bath salts, here is 10 tons of
So I
rice.
think we've answered this question. Who asked for it? You?
Yeah.
On a serious.
That's actually a topic that I have not read up about much. Like I've heard about it. I downloaded it a few weeks ago, and
Hey, they are the X you don't want to get on. Just when you're on there.
well,
So don't like certain things. And don't retweet certain things because it's gonna just show up on your page.
I gotta be in the mood to get likes. That's for sure. Like if I want to know something, and make sure that I look at the right pages, not the wrong pages. But I've heard about the problem with Haiti and how it's just slums.
It's something of us like I don't feel like we should have to take care of every country. The United States stopped doing that. I personally think.
Yeah.
Like, we're not the world police. The UN's for.
No, I feel like it's different if it was Cuba being
Because Cuba's cool.
well.
I'm talking about America first agenda now.
Yes,
America
yeah.
first always. Everybody else
countries have like ties with us.
Maybe.
I agree with helping, but billions of dollars shipping to other countries is so obvious to me. That's all I got.
I'm still America first, so not Cuba, not me, not
Oh, yeah,
Ukraine.
no, I'm-
Pull our money from Ukraine. If Russia want Ukraine, they can have Ukraine. We have nothing to do with it.
Yeah. I did.
Have you heard of the conspiracies regarding why you don't want to give up Ukraine?
I haven't. Let's hear. Does that mean you want to talk about it?
I know while we are fighting hard for Israel, what if
Yeah.
for Ukraine?
We're not going to go down that.
That's a huge topic.
So first and foremost, Ukraine has some of the most fertile farmland, the entire
It's
mid of
beautiful
Europe.
land.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like agricultural production, Ukraine is like top dog. But allegedly, Ukraine has a lot of, I guess you would say, manufacturing facilities and research facilities for
They had like good natural gas deposit too, like
yeah.
like a lot of natural.
in Crimea. I think it was, I believe, but that's a port city. But they had a lot of research facilities that were gain of function usage. Do any of y'all know what gain of function is?
Mhm.
Gain of function is the research and study on trying to figure out how to make viruses, diseases, or anything else more deadly. So, and that kind of ties in with a lot of things too, going into COVID, which is a whole other one.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's what, because Ukraine a lot of ties to the United States too, because we all learned with Biden and everything else and the amount of money he was, shipping to Ukraine at that time, and then all of a sudden we started sending $100-400 billion over Ukraine. Can't just be for war, right? Money.
He's been excused. So
Yeah, I know.
it doesn't.
Interesting. I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, I still think he shouldn't be getting involved. So, like, what does Haiti have to offer us?
Prime beach real estate, Caribbean, a wonderful culture, dude.
There aren't most of the people here.
I have no idea.
I
can't
don't
do that.
most of their people here.
The ones that lived through the earthquake.
I don't. I've never met a Haitian. Actually, no. I
Save
take
the
that back.
cats, though, right?
I take that back. So my step cousin is Haitian.
I have a nephew that's part Haitian. So that's one.
I think actually I'm gonna kind of say this part, because what we're starting to see with all the
Hey, step cousin?
yes. So I think with a lot of what we're seeing with Elon and showing all the thing and where all things going, I think there should be it should be circumstantial. Now let's just say, for example, let's just say Haiti was perfectly fine. They get an earthquake. I think in times of crisis and disaster, I think it's very much
They keep getting earthquakes.
yes. Well, I'm just saying hypothetically, if a country is supposed it's going to be has a disaster or some sort of crisis,
No.
I think we should be obliged to help. I think that's perfectly okay. Now, should we be sending 10 million, 20 million, $1 billion for people to be able to just do whatever they want for like funding, research, building, and everything? There's nothing going on with the country. No. But I think if you have countries that are in season disaster, I think we'd be very obliged to be able to help them out with whatever we can.
I'm not against helping out other countries, just not like America first.
I say
Everyone here, military's taking care of.
also,
Make sure. I mean,
So what?
how we're doing economics should like say how much, like if we're